Today, I'm sharing with you the top 33 wheel strategy stocks, all voted on by you. Yo, what's going on, Premium Chasers? I hope you're having an absolutely God-blessed day. Today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys the 33 top wheel strategy stocks that were all voted by you. 2 videos ago, I made a post and a bunch of comments. I think we had almost 100 comments of people sharing all of their favorite wheel strategy stocks, options trading strategy stocks, and I compiled the whole list and ranked them in order. So if you want this full list so you can download the actual ebook for yourself, just drop a comment down below in today's video. No strings attached. I'll send you this entire document so you can go and do some additional research on these companies, obviously, before investing. And also, while you're down there, hit that like button and that subscribe button. It really helps us grow this channel, and I really, really appreciate it. So let's get the first one out of the way, guys, because it is absolutely no surprise. SoFi is the clear winner here, okay? SoFi obviously is the clear winner. We already know we love running the weekly SoFi wheel here on the channel, as you guys know. So we got to get that one out of the way. Now, speaking of which, today, SoFi is absolutely pumping today at up 3%. I'm most likely going to be selling my shares here on my covered call here that I will be most likely called away on. Now, the second one, right, is American Airlines as well. Now, I'm going to go into the option changes on a few of these. I want to get a couple of these out of the way because I talk about them a lot, and obviously some of you guys obviously love these stocks too. American Airlines also had a tremendous amount of votes. You guys already know I love American Airlines, and taking a look at the American Airlines options chain, the reason I love this stock so much, guys, is because it doesn't move that much. Like, even if I look over a 5-year period, there's not that like drastic movement. Now, we did have some run up here in like 2021, but then for the most part, like, this thing doesn't really move that much, which is an ideal situation as an option seller. Taking a look at the premiums, now the premiums aren't like insane on this thing, right? They're just not. But, you know, if I just go out, let's say 35 days to January 2nd, you're not collecting like a ton of collateral here. You're playing close, for the most part, closer to the money, right? So if I'm doing like the 14 put, like, I'm collecting $37 of premium. If I toss this into our cash secured put, well, we collected $37 and we're locking up $1,400 of collateral. That's a 2.64% return on our collateral if we ended up taking that trade. And if you don't know what a cash secured put is, essentially I'm saying I'm willing to buy 100 shares of American Airlines if it's trading at $14 or below at the expiration date. But if it's trading above that at the end of the expiration date, then I'm obviously not going to have to buy my shares. So we like to have a good mixture of both, especially when we do the Ark Options Strategy and the wheel strategy. And if you guys want these calculators and my full trade log as well to keep yourself nice and organized, very important to do so because most of these brokerages don't organize you at all. Go attend the Ark Options workshop. Is down below. 2-hour training, plus at the end I give you all these calculators and resources for free. So American Airlines, absolutely one of my favorite. This is like my old reliable. You guys already know. Next 3, okay? Some of these I like, some of these I'm starting to not like, all right? So, right, these had a bunch of votes as well. I've kind of grouped them into third place, so to speak. Moderna, I love Moderna. Great for the Ark Option Strategy stocks. Kohl's not a big investor in, and Hims I am not a big investor in. For me, right, just because I don't like something doesn't mean you don't like it. I know a lot of people here on YouTube love to talk about Hims. The premiums are really, really good on Hims, and Kohl's is okay, but me personally, I'm team Moderna. Now, again, Moderna doesn't have like insane premiums, like, by any means, you know, like, it just doesn't, but it also, right, is a cheaper stock that's on my watch list. And that's why I like to have these cheaper stocks. That's why when I'm like diversifying a little bit, or if I just have some extra collateral, like for example, like the other day, guys, like I had like an extra $800 in collateral that I'm like, you know what, let's put this to work. So I ended up doing like a cash secured put on Snapchat for like the 7s, right? Like, and it's easy. It's nice to have these cheaper ones as opposed to always having these $100 stocks, because wrapping up 10 grand, I don't care if you're running $1 million portfolio, 10 grand is still a lot of money to lock up for like a week or or even like a month time period. It's just the reality, right? But with that said, Moderna, I am very big. I do like Moderna. It's been a bit since I've traded this thing, but going out, you could see the premiums are okay, right? You're going to be getting some decent collateral. Here's 8 on the 24s. Look at the 24s, 33 delta. You know, call it 30% chance of assignment here. Collecting $85 of premium. Actually, more. The bid to ask spread here. Always pay attention to that. I feel like every time I mention that on the video, you guys are like, wait, I always just do like a market order, right? Like, no, you want to go between, right? You always want to go between your bid and ask, especially when it's a wide spread like this, right? A bid is 85. Your broker will figure right away on that. They want them fees, baby, right? But the ask is 137. So usually I like to be right in the middle. So in this one, I'd be like, let's just say I'd collect $100 of premium on this specific trade. So putting that into my cash secured put calculator, $100, we're locking up $2,400. That's a hefty return here. Obviously, 4% return on your money on locking up $2,400. That is a fantastic return. Obviously, results vary, not financial advice. Go do your own research. I believe when you start getting over that, 3, 4, 5% return on your collateral, that is a higher chance of assignment. I believe delta and stuff goes out the window at that point, in my personal opinion. So just do your own research on these stocks, guys. I cannot stress it enough. Do not get financial advice from YouTube. So let's keep going because there's so much that we have here, okay? So obviously Hims, Kohl's, Moderna, those are fantastic. And then we had a ton of single votes, and I kind of just lumped them all in here. So let's kind of talk about them. I can talk about some of my experiences with these and just some of my thoughts overall. And again, you can get this full list. Just drop a comment down below. I'm not going to be able to go look at the options chain on all these guys. Otherwise, it's going to be like an hour-long video. But we got Robinhood. I used to love wheeling Robinhood. In my personal opinion, it's too hot right now. It is, and it has been. And okay, so even if I miss out gains, I miss out gains. I don't really care. Robinhood is a fantastic company to do the wheel strategy on. The premiums are insanely juiced up, but understand you are taking on risk for taking for when you're selling those puts on Robinhood and even selling calls, but more so selling the puts. The premiums are absolutely insane on that. So if you're bullish on it, go take a look. Ford, love it. You already know I do love my Ford. Great dividend payer. Doesn't move much. Again, when I'm looking at stocks, guys, I want flat, right? I want flat stocks. The flatter, honestly, the more I can kind of like quote. I hate saying time because I don't believe in timing the market. But when I'm looking at my Bollinger Band and doing my technical analysis, it's so important. Which leads me to another point, guys. I'm going to be doing some more videos, especially in our private group, about fundamental analysis and technical analysis. I think people they know the technical analysis side. They know their Bollinger Bands. They know when to enter or exit and ideal times to do so. But there's something that you need to do before you get into the technical analysis, and that is the fundamental analysis. That's the boring crap. Now, with AI tools and stuff like that, it makes it real easy for us to be able to quickly, fundamentally analyze a company's financials, balance sheets, income statements, and all that stuff. Because guys, listen, you're better off being a fundamentals investor than a technical investor, right? I'm just being real with you, because the technicals fully rely on the fundamentals of the company. Otherwise, it's fully driven by hype, and oftentimes you can spot these things, right? But with that said, stay tuned for that. Obviously, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, because there is going to be a lot. I am more of a fundamental investor in my personal opinion, and I mix in the technicals in there so I can get into my entries in ideal situations to collect the most amount of premium. But with that said, stay tuned. Obviously, Intel, another great one. Mara, this one's a risky one for me, guys. I know, when I saw this one, I was like, I knew this is going to come up. I knew this is a nice, cheap little stock. But, man, again, fundamentals, right? For me, I don't think the fundamentals are strong on this company. I think this is a pure premium chasing play. I mean, look at this. Just at the money, 11.5s. I mean, even the 11s, let's just say 11s here. Let's just say $85 between the bid and ask spread. Obviously, you'd most likely get more. You're locking up $1,100, right? And collecting, what did we say, $85? 7.73% return in a 30-day period, guys. Holy moly, that is big risk. That is big risk, in my opinion. $83, but either way, you get the point. That's still a 7.5% return on your money. This is where you get into those risky business, in my opinion. I don't like these kind of stocks. I like boring blue chips for a lot of times, guys. You know, I like the dividend kings, dividend aristocrats, stuff that I'm going to be happy owning long-term, stuff I'm proud of. Not to say that Mara isn't a great company. I don't know it that well enough, but I know one thing's for sure. There's a lot of hype being driven around this company, and it has been really for like the last year. But you know what? Overall, if you were buying it at here, where a lot of people were getting assigned at 22, 20s, man, you're struggling right now. How are you getting your covered calls in? You ain't, because you probably didn't analyze the fundamentals of the company, and you were probably only investing it because a bunch of dudes on X were premium chasing on that thing. But you do you. Next one is Rivian. Now, not even going to go into that. Open Door, not a big fan of Open Door at all. Rivian as well. I know the premiums are juicy. The one thing I realized after seeing our community, guys, I'm like, we really have a lot of degenerates here. But with that said, some of these were a little bit more degenerate, like TSL, in my opinion. Leverage ETFs are a big no-no, in my personal opinion. If you want to do the Ark Options strategy, doing it on leveraged ETF is like a big no. Why? Do the individual companies, not the leveraged versions that are just, unless you like really like know what you're doing and you have like 10 plus years of experience and you've got a system down, of course. But I would say like a lot of the the people that are trading leveraged ETF are usually like the degenerate gamblers and the people that just like are like, they literally just want to scratch that itch, right? As opposed to just slow and steady wins the race. And I'm a slow and steady wins the race kind of guy. Couple others, right? Palo Alto Networks, you already know, one of my high conviction stocks. Love this. Super Microcomputer, not a big fan. There's a lot of controversy that's wrapped up around this company. I've gotten in heated debates about this company many times on X. Realty Income, one of my absolute favorites. Southern Company have not done that. Elf, they got like wrecked recently. Have not been a big investor in Elf. Short period of time I was, but fortunately I missed that big drop that they had. Arista, obviously that's a big one here. I think that's obviously just our audience. I talk about Arista a lot, so awesome. Absolutely love Arista. I actually want to see what is Arista actually doing today. That will be, let's see. Oh, let's go. You already know. You got to trust that gut indicator. Oh, I'm very happy about that. Very happy about that to end this Thanksgiving holiday. All right, let's keep going through a couple of others. Pinterest, Dow, Lovesac Company. That is insanity. Iron, APLD. That one's not bad. A bunch of people in our community are in Applied Digital. I don't hate it. I'm not an investor in it, but I know why people. Zim, I've seen a lot of people with Zim. These are a lot of cheap stocks. And so one thing I've really liked about this whole experiment here, guys, is I'm now going to be able to tailor our content here a lot better. So it was kind of like a little Trojan horse that I pulled. All right. So one thing that I've realized in our community is, yes, when we sell options, I like to sell options on expensive stocks, and that's the reality, right? A lot of these Procter and Gamble's, like, they're expensive. You're locking up $10, $20, $30, $40,000 per contract. And I realize, okay, in our community, a lot of people don't necessarily want to sell options with that amount. And I think this experiment has showed me that I need to tailor the content a lot more to those of you that are looking for, quote unquote, cheaper, but still good, fundamentally sound companies. So it's going to be a lot more of that coming down the road for you guys. So if you want this full list, guys, drop a comment. I'll send it to you guys within 24 hours. And then also make sure to attend the Ark Options Strategy Workshop. You're going to get my free calculators here, plus my full trade log that you can download and actually keep yourself organized. Because as we know, these brokerages ain't tracking our premium correctly, guys. Remember, sell options, collect premiums, repeat. I'll see y'all tomorrow.